Hi everyone, welcome again to another video. Now I'm just going to show you some, I'm tying some CDC duns, these flies here. Now I do have this pattern on YouTube, so I'll put a link below in the more info, so you can actually look at it if you want to see it. Now I've been tying a few of these, so I have quite a lot of the sort of cut-offs, which I never throw away, especially when it comes to CDC. So this is like the bottom of the feathers. So I'm going to be using this up. This is the remains of the body material, which is again CDC, and it makes for a great dubbing, a great blend. So there's many things I could do to it. Now this is this is a heavyweight champ. Now I could tie the nymph straight onto this hook because it's got an extra 3x strong, as they say. It's a good weight in it itself, so it's an ideal fly or a hook to hang off the back of that, even that dry. It will support it when you're getting flies that are coming off, when you're getting hatches, especially beginning of the season. They come on and off. Some fish will concentrate more on the nymph than the dry, so it's certainly worth fishing like a dry dropper, and this will get down. You could add a wee bit extra weight to it. I sometimes just add a bit of copper to it. This is just copper wire, it's just a fine wire, this one. I actually tie flies with this. This is a copper wire, so I'm just going to boost the thorax a wee bit. Just going to take it down. Now the waist piece, I'm just going to leave the waist piece. Just going to build up the thorax with the copper wire, and then I'm just going to break off that, but leave the waist because that's my rib. Now thread, I'm using an olive thread to go with an olive fly. And you can do this with any colour combination. Browns and such, they're all for good, hare's ear and so on. But anyway, I'm going to be using this olive. This is the F.Mill thread. You can see it's the 70 Denier. So I'm going to start where I normally do, right at the eye, and I'm going to control the turns by keeping a hold of the waist, and build it up by keeping it tight, and then I'm going to just work it towards the back, taking down the waist piece of copper, take away the thread, and just leave that. That's for your rib. Now on the fly, I was using crocodile fibre. This is a fiery ginger, which is a nice kind of browny colour. So I'm going to use that as a tail fibre. So I'm just going to bring it straight out. Should line up the tips. Now if they don't line up, what you simply can do, you see how they're all misplaced there. So I did a bad job, you see. So we just tap it with a finger, bring them all in. If you line up these ends, the other ends should be straight as well. So I'm just going to stack it a wee bit. Being a wee bit stubborn, but just check. A couple more, I'm just going to bring those two in. Seem to be stuck. There we are. Lengthwise, not too long, being a nymph. Just catch that on. Come underneath with a wee turn just to flare the tail, pull it towards the eye. Do a couple of turns. We can check the length. I've got a wayward one here. When it's heading to the sky, so we'll take it out. Trim this the length of the body, she's there. For the body, I'm just going to use the CDC, so I've got one of the feathers, or what remains anyway. Just going to trim it away. Now CDC is a great fibre as a dubbing. It's obviously, most people recognise CDC to float a fly. It's very good on wets and nymphs. So I'm going to lightly dub this on. So I've cut it away from the stem of the feather and then just use it as a dubbing. Just going to work my way up. Just tighten up here a wee bit. Now what I'm going to do here is just trim it, get a taper in it, gives it a lovely herald all the way around. Don't go too far in case you cut right in. Depends on how sharp your scissors are. Just be patient with it. a nice shape. See what it's like. We drop it at the top here. You can bring the rib up through, which is will obviously protect your body, but it gives you a nice copper rib. I like copper and flies. You can use gold if you want. You could make the fly with the gold as well. Screw it in, and break away. Now the thorax cover of the fly is actually, I use a foam. Now you can use it. So I've got the same foam. This is just a close cell foam. You can buy this 2mm sort of thick, just a sheet of it. Now what I do is you can just give it a wee stretch. Take a taper. Screw it in. Now I've got a feather here. Now I've got, where is it? Some of the CDC. I'll use one of the other feathers. I'm going to blend it. You can blend it into some, this case here. You could use this itself. This is a Euro Nymph flash tub. I think I've actually got some I've already blended because I was tying with it. Yeah, there we are. So I've got a wee drop here. It's actually got some of the CDC blended in, so I don't need to do it. So normally I would cut away and blend it. Slightly dab it on. Work your way up. No, I don't actually do that, but I'll come down. Best to work your way from the front up. A tiny bit more, just to get back through. So what I'm using here is just a tiny bit more just to come through. And don't be shy with your thorax. There's a tiny bit of dubbing on there just to work my way down. Stroke it back, make sure you've got room at the front. Now, what I'm going to do here is the bottom end of this feather with some natural tapered fibre. So I've cut it away. So there's the bottom of the feather there. It's going to give me a wee bit more leg, a wee bit more movement. So I'm making sure I've got a nice even split. To use my fingers to hold them apart. You could bring out some of the dubbing, some of this, but most times I do. Just to show you how you could use these up. Just leave that there. I'm just going to fold it back and trim away. I'm going to bring the foam over. And what I'm going to do here is stretch it. A lot of people will be saying foams will float the fly. It certainly will to a point, but this is one that's just below the surface, even with the copper wire. So with 3 or 4 turns there, bring the thread to the front. It's just showing you what you could actually do with the remains and materials. And you end up with a really nice nymph, so you will finish with the varnish on it. There's one fibre as always. Oops, it's stuck. That is because of this one wee fibre there. Make sure it's tight. I'm going to trim away that wee bit of fluff. Take that off. I'm going to trim the foam. Come right in. There we are. You get a wee nymph pattern. The CDC's got a lot of movement. There's your colour. So basically what I've done is just taken same materials, much the same anyway, from this dry fly, use the remains, and I've got an ideal wee nymph pattern. And don't be shy with the taper. Fish love to see that taper, that teardrop shape. The CDC will lie back as long as it's not too long. It helps to give you that teardrop shape, but it's got that movement. It's the movement as much as the shape you're looking for. Colour obviously helps. And you're not going far wrong. As I say, it's just, I could tie half a dozen of these, put them in my box, and I'm sure I'll catch with these. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and as like always, thanks for watching. Until next time.